So we're going to go for the triple Gatsy Bane, I want to say. As Lena Puck, as well as the Spirit Breaker and the IO do get. So this time, Bait do get the turn onto the Invoker. But the
Silencer.
Great, pick up the Silencer. Wingblade, how good of a pick is this with these two heroes already?
It's a straight up counter for Bane. So that's very nice. It's not like super impressive against Invoker, but not too bad. It is funny to me though that V Gaming lost game 1 pretty convincingly with a Quop Silencer, and they're like, you know, game 2 went well, but let's just go for the game 1 game plan again.
10 seconds to go.
Do you think we're going to see the TA2K TA again?
5 seconds.
Maybe. If there is no Medusa in the game, sure.
Well, they do have the bans, so if you want that hero. But looking at it, for a little bit more of the heroes that have been picked, the Luna, the Terrorblade, and the Medusa, do you think any of those three make it through into this phase? Or is that going to be those next three heroes? Okay, the Gunka goes. Because... And the Broodmother.
They just want to replay game 1 but better.
10 seconds
Prove that
to
they
go.
can actually do it.
I mean,
5 seconds.
the carries were not really the problem. Like, it's very rare that a carry just single-handedly wins the game. If it's not a carry like PL or something that just doesn't have a counter some games. So you're not too worried about the enemies picking Luna or something, because alone it's not a game-winning hero. It's just strong if it's being put into the right situation, and avoiding that situation is more important than avoiding the actual carry.
Well, Fate. Ban. And looking at, so the Queen of Pain, potentially mid-lane hero, Silencer is the support. Is there any combos you've seen with like the Silencer the past few days that, you know, really works well with the hero? I know obviously he counters the Bane, that might be one of them, but is there anything you'd like to see alongside the Silencer?
Not really. I feel like he works well with any hero in lane. He's just one of those high damage, high range supports that just are very good in lane. There is no combo like Grimstroke with a stun or
10 seconds
something like that. It's just a really basic, strong support.
5 seconds.
Well, Fate take away Laser's Night Stalker once again. V, they do have the next ban and remove the Medusa. Okay, so they are saying that, yeah, we recognize how powerful it was in the game, and we're just gonna let Fate have it again. So Fate, again, they do have the option to ban the Terrorblade and pick up that way around this time.
10 seconds to go.
And again, looking at the draft, there's still some control coming out. I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Faceless Void pick up for Fate. Maybe that gets picked up this phase. Maybe that's planning out. And Fate now against this next ban as well.
Yeah, I wonder what they're considering right now. It's still quite early in the draft. Okay, they do ban the Luna, which to me is a little bit strange. Because they have the next pick, right? They can just pick a random hero, and then if V Gaming picks Luna in the next phase, you can just pick Terrorblade and then ban out the Grimstroke or any TV counters. I'm not sure if I like the Luna ban. But they go for Weaver again, just like in game 1, having Bane plus Weaver support duo.
And well, I mean, you talked about the Silencer. Counter these two heroes. I'm supposed 3 now with you.
10 seconds to go.
I'd still like to see potentially a Prowling.
Yeah.
I want to see the Arcana. We all know that TA2K went straight in on that battle pass and went straight to level 500.
Sure.
Radiant's pick.
Okay, there we have the lace OD.
A bit of a staple for V's in the early part of the DPS. Well, yeah, it felt like he was picking it up. Do go for the Nyx Assassin as that second spot, and like you talked about in that last draft, you know, really going to be helpful up against the Bane and the Invoker.
So
10 seconds to go.
see, Bait now needs a carry that is good against
5
OD
seconds.
and Nyx, and they need an offlaner as well. Lifestealer looks pretty good, but then they could be lacking a bit of catch. Which other carry heroes are still in the game? Is Raid King decent?
EA start. Well,
Yeah, true. Not a huge fan of it here. I think it's just really low HP and it's gonna struggle against all of the magic damage. But they just still pick up Terrorblade. Then why did they ban Luna? Bait, what the hell? Okay. That's gonna be a very rough lane.
10 seconds
Playing
to go.
Terrorblade plus Bane into OD Nyx. Good luck with
5
that.
seconds.
yeah. How does is this literally just get the Terrorblade to level 5, level 6 as quick as possible?
Yeah, I guess so. Sheesh.
But I mean, you have to be careful about the Nyx Assassin once he gets to 6. Oh, the Vendetta, like they are going to put a whole lot of their net worth into Sentry Wall, right?
Yep.
Just yeah, the Vendetta is good a hero.
Radiant's ban.
Yeah, they're just gonna make sure to ward the jungle entrances, make sure that Violent can actually farm.
Okay, well, they get rid of the Drow, so V, they've got a position 1 to pick up, they've got their character to pick up, they don't
10
have last
seconds to go.
can't kind of think around the offlane that's coming out here
5
from the side of V.
seconds.
Who do you V are gonna go for? Is there anyone you're leaning specifically to? I mean, the Faceless Void is still there, Juggernaut as well.
Void is a pretty good option. They could go for Ursa as well. Pretty decent against Terrorblade. PA is an option too, and it looks very good against what Bait has so far. So they really have plenty of options. They could even go for PL. Actually, I think PL would be game winning for V if they can get it. Because there is no heroes right now on Bait that deal well with the Phantom Lancer at all. So PL is like a instant 95% chance of victory.
Dyer's ban.
And they ban out the Mars. So I was going to ask that, is there an offlaner? If you want to pick up the PL, is there an offlaner you want to get rid of? But they get rid of the Mars. Bait with 1 ban left, but in terms of offlane, if it is going to be the PL pick, what do you think Bait then reply with in the offlane?
GG WP. Good luck next season.
Fair enough.
I guess they could pick up something like a
10 seconds
just
to go.
try to pressure really early.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
But I mean, it also doesn't look like a great Timbersaw game. Like, in the mid game, he's gonna get demolished by OD, Nyx, and Quop. So, if V Gaming picks PL here, they win the game. And there is no offlaner that Bait can pick to stop that.
Well, V taking the time. Maybe they're just waiting for the stream to catch up to Vice.
Right.
As
Dyer's pick.
Faceless Void.
They pick Void. I mean, it's still good against Terrorblade, and there is some nice synergy with the OD and the Corp. But it is a bit more vulnerable to heroes like Bane, and it's also more vulnerable to just getting behind and not having enough damage to keep up with the TB when he's knocking on the door of your high ground with like 4 slots at 30 minutes. Okay, now V Gaming won anyway.
You're not a fan of the Venomancer pick?
It's awful. It is truly awful. I don't just mean in general. It's also bad in general because Veno is one of those heroes that takes a lot of space. Like, he just controls one part of the map and farms it completely, and then doesn't do anything with farm. Doesn't have reliable lockdown. His damage is negligible because people can just buy a pipe or a BKB and just ignore everything he does. So yeah, they lost.
Okay, well, that's gonna be the way the game plays out, as V looking to push through and again take the top spot in the table, or at least today, as they claim this. They want to be taking their first victory of the DPC, picking up Dendi on the Invoker, Gatsy Bane. We've got Laguna Weaver, Violent Terrorblade, and Venomancer is able to do the job up against V with the A2K on the Faceless Void. Arrow playing the next assassin, lays on the D onto her silencer, and to finish it off, Queen of Pain being played by Hayes. See if this is going to be enough here, because V looked incredibly good in that second game, but we've already seen Bait do a little bit in that first game. They had some great impacts, some good timings, and could still go their way. My co-caster Wingblade is just absolutely right in that one, but maybe that's going to be a bit of a caster's curse to V.
Right. We'll see. Why Veno is bad in this game specifically, but it's he's playing against the Knicks, so there's always the potential of getting caught. And then Veno is a hero that relies a lot on kiting around like tanky, slow heroes, but like everyone on V Gaming aside from the OD is like really mobile. So if you kill a Corp, she's like, alright, I'll just blink away, goodbye. And it's same for Void, and Void can pretty much ignore all of the damage as well with Time Walk, so yeah. I don't see why they picked this.
Thanks for kind and nice words.
Oh, beautiful timing. Thanks, Pion.
Weaver does actually get in with the security to drop down the sentry to block this side camp off Antaha. He does have himself 2 sentry wards, so maybe he gets a little bit wise, as this is the second game this is done. So maybe he's going to be able to get this off here. But was that? I think that was from Hayes, this ward here. Yeah, it was on the cliff. Yeah, a little bit of exhibition over the other side of the map. But Gatsy is he going to be coming in with his own sentry ward to try and de-ward this? As TA2K, he's getting cheeky. Try and step up. He's not got anything skilled up. Yes, he's just going to walk himself away. Looks like he just give up the bottom 2 runes here on the side of V. Top 2, there was there. And TA2K gets out with not being any worse for wear.
Yeah, it's one of the things you can do when playing carry. Sometimes you can just sneak a rune, because often the offlaner and the position 4 will like secure the river bounty rune together, because it's kind of risky because you don't have great vision. But this game they had a ward, so they knew that no one on the side of V Gaming was gonna contest, so they just split up, got both the bounties that way.
Gale comes out to Antaha straight away. It looks like Laguna's going to be the time locks actually picked up from Faceless Void. Sorry, time dilation. Time lock obviously being a dead skill. But yeah, the time dilation comes out from the Faceless Void at level 1. Usually you see the time walk or the bash coming through here. So it's usually the time walk. So like I say, the time walk at level 1 it's just a dead thing that you don't really see being picked up anymore. But is the time dilation just going to be for the Gale and the Sakuchi?
Yeah. And it's decent-ish damage if you get it on 2 heroes that have a spell on cooldown. Like, just deals 80 damage.
Think about decent damage. Anti is going to
Oh, the deny!
It's in.
See, another reason Venno is trash. It's one of only three spells actually, where you can still deny heroes. Shadow Strike, Gil, and Doom.
Oh, Doom. Yeah. I always forget about Doom.
Yeah, sometimes he shows up, and then he doesn't, and no one knows why.
It's magical, Papa.
So TA2K going to have a little bit of fun on this lane, as it looks like Luna, is he going to go for the steal? This is a really nice ward, but you can't really use it every time because it does get found out, but when it does get used sparingly, you know, that block, just being able to take it away, it's really nice. Antaha once again goes for the first point in Glaive, second point into the Arcane Curse.
Something bad's happened to the Radiant's courier.
Feeling that temporary intelligence.
Temporary intelligence, that's what I call it when my Carrion Pops actually buys a BKB.
Is that after pestering him for like the past 20 minutes to buy one as well?
Yeah, with the passive aggressive. I think someone should buy a BKB.
Dire's courier has made its final delivery.
Violence Curse down here as well on the back lines. Arrow. Actually, I think it went down to creeps because it doesn't say who picked that one up.
Oh, so sad.
Byron, like you say, this lane, it's not super easy now later to give him with the impale through from Arrow as well. Violence going to be getting really down low. One more right click later doesn't actually hang around long enough to throw it out. And Arrow's going to be taking a lot of harass from Delusions coming through. Gatsy, though, taking right click damage from Lays with these orbs. What's the cooldown on this? 6 seconds at level 1 on the Arcane Orb. So yeah, Gatsy taking a lot of punishment. Salve has to be sacrificed towards Terrorblade. So Gatsy not going to be able to get himself quickly back to health. He's having to use...
Ooh, no meta. Never mind. I was like, this could be a kill. But no, there is no meta.
Yeah, and Assassin was away guarding the rune. It looks like Gatsy's going to get really down low.
Yeah, this OD is having a great time here.
Even Naro steals out the water rune there as well. EMP's going to come through a tornado, will connect onto Hayes, but Hayes just turns himself around. He's got himself the water rune. Not going to get aggressive onto Dandy. Dandy does have that one level advantage, it looks like, but not scared to walk into the EMP because he immediately gets the health and the mana back from that water rune. Well, bottom lane, the curse comes out. Antaha going to be slowed down once again. Pion trying to do what harass he can, but Antaha moves himself back. 2 points into the curse. TA2K did get hit by the gale as well. It looks like he just has to play it safe, but he does have that morbid mask, so we'll be able to heal up once he's getting back in range to hit onto creeps. Top lane, the banishment comes out from the Astral Imprisonment now as well. Was that impale? The damage should be enough to take Gatsy down, even with the brain zap. 2 seconds left on that orb. No! Ace doesn't want to carry on chasing here. That one up. You want the mid lane? Queen of Pain throwing the harass out onto Dendy here. Hayes is level 6, has a Sonic Wave. He wants to use it, the Blink forward as well as the Scream. Dendy though into the Ghost form. Hayes, it wouldn't have been enough damage anywhere. I think 340. Boca was still fine.
Ooh, Dendy, if he's greedy here, he can still die. Because there is enough mana for all the spells for Hayes.
Reveal coming out of the Ghost Walk in the trees, hiding in that trees. Hayes. Green comes out. Boca. Hey, he's gonna be fine. Look at the regen coming through from the 3 points into the Quartz Orbs. He's fine.
Yeah, no sweat.
Calculated. 100%.
He was never really in danger at all. It's just a classic Wingblade making something out of nothing. EMP though in the river though. He's trying to connect onto Hayes. Hayes just going to be immediately able to blink away. Then the Swarm isn't going to connect. Arrow finds himself a regen rune, so nobody on that bottom skirmish gets himself any runes. Ooh, Venno in the trees, doing Venno things, aka being useless.
First comes out, Anton's going to be taking a lot of damage. Time dilation is going to be used now as well. Pion, he's using the Fairy Fire, trying to keep himself alive. Anton's going to take down, but once again, well, it's not just creep.
Oh man. This is the Benno experience.
And that's going to be Silencer picking up some permanent int there as well off that, because he was in range to pick it up.
Yep.
It'd be nice for him. TA2K is not really going to be under too much pressure from Laguna at level 3 as well. Has that time walk away if he needs it, so he's going to be able to get some good solo XP, some good solo farm here as well. And that's going to get him close to his level 6. And once that level 6 comes out, TA2K could potentially put the pressure once again. In fact, there's going to be the rotation from Hayes as well. How close is he to that Chronosphere? It will be up on this next creep. I think they're going to be able to catch two. No, it's just going to be the Chronosphere onto one. Fantastic, coming on the back lines now as well as Hayes, so they're going to be able to get the kill onto Pion at least one more time. Arrow in the tree. He's not even going to wait for the Vendetta to be out as he just moves over into the jungle for Violence Farm.
So, in a Dota, when I'm casting, I try to be as unbiased as possible, right? Everyone knows that.
Yeah, of course.
Wingblade, very unbiased guy, but when someone picks Venal, I just relish in seeing them lose, because fuck that hero.
That's me with a Tinker. Anytime someone picks a Tinker, my casting just shifts down the scale to the opposite team. It doesn't matter if they're like down by 50k net worth and like 30 kills down. They are always going to be the better team in that game.
But you know, with Tinker, it's like, if you pick